morning, children. Well, in today's class of English language, we shall take our important topic, that is direct and indirect speech. Okay, we'll take a grammar lesson, but before we go on to discuss about what direct and indirect speech is, a bit of recapitulation on what we did in the last class. Well, in the last class, we studied about affirmative and negative sentences, where we discussed various ways of converting sentences from affirmative to negative. By the way, what is affirmative sentence? Affirmative sentence is also known as positive sentence, as you know. So in the last class, we studied about 3 to 4 ways of converting, affirmative or a positive sentence into negative sentence without changing its meaning. Well, that's what we studied in the last class. So today we're going to take up a new lesson, that is direct and indirect speech. Okay. This lesson, direct and indirect speech, we're going to divide into 2 parts. All right. Today we will just talk about what direct speeches and indirect speeches, and in the later lessons we're going to learn about how we going to convert sentence from direct speech to indirect and vice versa. Okay, and today's lesson will be part 1. We will just talk about what direct speech and indirect speech is. Alright, so let's get started then. Okay, first, direct and indirect speech is also referred to as direct or indirect narration. Okay, so direct speech and indirect speech is also known as what? A direct or a direct narration or indirect narration. Okay, so what is a narration then? Well, see, a narration is an act of reporting the words of a speaker. Okay, we very often we use this word narration, right? So in grammar, when we talk about narration, what does narration mean then? Well, a narration is the act of reporting the words of a speaker. Okay, that is how we are expressing the way that a person has spoken or or said. Okay, narration means how the way how the person has spoken or said. Okay, so basically there are 2 ways. Basically, there are 2 ways, two main ways of reporting what a speaker has said or spoken, and that is what? Direct speech or a indirect speech. Understood? So basically, as I said just now, there are 2 ways how two main ways how we how we express or how we report what another person or another speaker has spoken or said, and that 2 ways is what? Direct speech and indirect speech. Now let us see in detail, first what is direct speech and what is indirect speech. Okay. Well, first of all, what is direct speech then? Well, our in direct speech, what happens usually in direct speech is that the actual words of a speaker is quoted, okay, without any changes. In direct speech, I'm talking about the direct speech. In direct speech, what happens? The actual words of the speaker is quoted, okay, without changing any meaning, without changing, as it is quoted. All right, so and this exact word which is quoted is quoted within inverted commas. In direct speech, the actual words of the speaker is quoted within inverted commas. All right, now we will see all this what I said verbally just now. We will just see with the help of an example there. Okay, the first example we're going to see, you can see the picture there, picture of 2 girls. All right, okay, see, in first picture you can see Mary, another picture you can see Tina. Okay, so what is Tina doing? Tina is baking a pizza, okay, and Mary is asking a question. All right, what are you doing? Okay, Mary is asking a question, what are you doing? And Tina is replying, what is she saying? She's saying, I am baking a pizza. Okay, now see, Mary is asking a question, Tina has replied saying that I am baking a pizza. Okay, now if Mary has to report what Tina has said, you understood? If Mary has to report what Tina has said, without changing the actual word, what Tina said, without changing the actual words of Tina, then she would say that Tina said, I am baking a pizza. Now this sentence, I am baking a pizza, is a direct actual words of Tina, no? Isn't it? Okay, this I am baking a pizza is the direct words which Mary has quoted. Okay, what Tina said. So if Mary has to report what Tina has said in direct speech, what she would say? She would say that Tina said, I am baking pizza. Okay, so the actual word of the speaker has been quoted within inverted commas there. Did you see? Alright. So in this sentence, Tina said, I am baking a pizza. In this sentence, the word said is a reported verb. The word said is the reported verb, and I am baking a pizza is a reported speech. But this speech is in which speech? It is in direct speech. Okay, so we will talk about indirect speech also as we as we proceed further, but let's take one more example to, for a better understanding. Okay, now just look at the screen. You can see Tom and Zach conversing with each other. Now Tom, you can see Tom asking a question and Zach is replying. Okay, Tom is asking. What Tom is saying? What are you doing? Tom is asking a question. What are you doing? And Jack is replying, I am flying a kite. I am flying a kite. Alright. Now, here also, if Tom has to report what Jack said, then what he would say? He would say that Jack said, or you can also say he said, okay, comma, within inverted comma, I am flying a kite. Now, here, I am flying a kite is the exact words of Zach, okay, without changing any words. Okay, so Tom is reporting without changing the words of Jack, exactly what he is saying. So what is he saying? He's saying that Jack said, comma, within inverted comma, I am flying a kite. Okay, so this sentence is in direct speech, where you can see the word said is a reported verb and I am flying a kite is a reported speech. As a whole, it is the sentence is in a direct speech. All right. Now, so this is all about direct speech. Now let us see indirect speech. Okay, now indirect speech, just now we talked about direct speech. Now we are going to talk about indirect speech. Now in indirect speech also we will take the same example to, so that we can understand better. But before that, let us see the definition or the meaning of indirect speech. Okay, so what is indirect speech then? Well, see, in indirect speech, the actual words of the speaker is transformed. Transformed means changed. Okay, the actual words of the speaker is transformed and are said or written in a simple language. Now in direct speech, I'm talking about direct speech. In direct speech, what did we see? We saw that the actual words of the speaker was quoted, right? But in indirect speech, what happens? The actual words of the speaker is transformed and said and written in a very simple language. Okay. So, usually why do we use indirect speech then? Why not, use direct speech instead? Why do we use indirect speech? Well, we use, indirect speech, why do we need or use indirect speech? We use or need indirect speech to avoid confusion. To avoid confusion while using direct speech while reporting. Okay, what happens is that, while reporting, when you use, a direct speech of a speaker, very often, you tend to make a lot of mistake. Okay, so in order to avoid such mistake while reporting direct speech, okay, so we use we need indirect speech. So, so that, in indirect speech, what happens? The actual words of the speaker is not spoken or written or said, but what happened? The actual words of the speaker is what? It is transformed and are said or written in a very simple language. Okay, how it is done? Let us see with the help of an example. Okay, now we will take an example of the same girls, Mary and Pizza, and same sentence. Okay, Mary, pizza and all, Tina, the sentences we took in the direct speech, the same sentence we are going to take here. Okay, and see how the same sentence is written in indirect speech. All right. Okay, now the same picture you can see where Mary is asking a question and Tina is replying, what are you baking? And Tina is, I'm baking a pizza. Okay, now as I said just now, that in unlike direct speech, in indirect speech, direct words of the speaker is not quoted, it is transformed. Okay, so first, see, in direct speech, how does it appear? Tina said, I am baking a pizza. That sentence is in direct speech, Tina said, I am baking a pizza. Now, the same sentence, when you change it to indirect speech, when we say it in an indirect way. Now, in indirect speech, we will not quote the words of the speaker, as you know that we are going to transform it in a simple way. So, the same sentence can be written as, Tina said that she was baking a pizza. So, here this sentence, the second sentence, is in indirect speech. Now, what are the changes that we noticed between direct speech and indirect speech? What changes did we notice? Well, the three important changes that we noticed in indirect speech compared to direct speech, and what is it? That first point, that is first change that we noticed, is that removal of inverted commas, right? Okay, in direct speech, we had quoted the actual words of the speaker in inverted commas, right? But now, in indirect speech, the inverted comma has been removed. Okay. Now, what is the second change that we noticed? The second change that we noticed in the sentence is that, change in the tenses, right? Now, present tense has become what? Past tense. See, for I am baking a pizza is a present tense, right? Now, what is the past tense? The sentence completely, the tense of the sentence has been completely changed. I am baking a pizza has become what? She was baking a pizza. So, what did we see in the indirect speech? In indirect speech, the tense has also changed from present tense to past tense. Okay, so what is the third change that we noticed in indirect speech then? Well, the third change is that we have used the conjunction that, T-H-A-T, that. Okay, so these are the changes that we saw in the indirect speech. Okay, we have taken the same example, right? Okay, we're going to take one more example, the same example of Tom and Jack. Okay, we'll take the same example and we will make the same sentence into indirect speech and we will see the changes, right? Okay, just see the picture that runs down your screen. Second example. Okay, the second example is the same picture, okay, where Tom is asking a question to Jack. What are you doing? And Jack is replying, I am flying a kite. Okay, now similarly, the direct speech was what? Jack said, I am flying a kite. Okay, I am flying a kite. Now in indirect speech, the same sentence becomes what? Jack said that he was flying a kite. Okay, so what changes did we notice again here in this sentence also? In this sentence also, same thing. We converted direct speech into indirect speech. We saw the difference, right? Okay, what did we see in the first sentence? In the first sentence is a direct speech. What did we see? We saw that the actual words of the speaker has been quoted and it has been quoted within inverted commas. Right. Now look at the indirect speech. What are the changes that you notice between the two sentences? Well, the first, as I said previously, that the first change that you see is the removal of inverted commas. Inverted commas has been removed. Why? Because you are not quoting the exact speech of Jack, right? Okay, the second change is that the tenses has been changed. Okay, it has been changed from present to, the sentence has been changed from present to past tense. right? And what is the third change that you notice? That we have used the conjunction that. Okay, so these are the three changes we saw. Okay, quickly let's recap on what we did right now. Let us see what we studied today. Well, we talked about direct speech, indirect speech, okay, and then what are the things that you have to remember while constructing as a direct speech sentence in a direct speech. The main important thing is that in direct speech, what do we notice? That the exact words of the speaker is spoken, and the exact words of the speaker are quoted within inverted commas. And the sentence is usually in what? Present tense. That is, I'm talking in case of what? Direct speech. Okay? And in case of indirect speech, what do we notice? That the exact word of the speaker is not spoken, but the words have been what? Transformed. Okay, the words have been transformed and written and said. The same words, the same sentence or words have been written and said in a very simple language. Okay, and when we are quoting or when we are constructing a sentence in direct speech, what we have to keep in mind that inverted commas has to be removed. Okay, we do not put inverted commas, and tenses has to be changed. No more present tense, the tense will change into past tense. Okay, and usually we make use of the conjunction that. Okay, so this is what we learn in direct and indirect speech part 1. In coming up class, we shall continue the same lesson. Till then, stay connected and stay safe.